If you're in your grow tent, your room, whatever it is, and you're smoking a joint or hit your bong or whatever, they were saying that's actually good for your plants. The carbon from that is actually good for your plants. So whether it's true or not, I don't know. But
I always feel like the mad cow started because mad cow disease, because we were grinding up cows and feeding them back to themselves. And then every time I'm smoking a joint in my grow room, I always feel like I'm giving a mad cow right now. I'm going to get mad meat syndrome.
I'll be in here smoking. I'm like, if you guys don't shape up, if you guys aren't, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, this is going to be you next. Just letting you know.
Some people really believe in that stuff. Gabe at Jug Dealers, who's like a commercial guy, he's a home grower, obviously, but he's also deals a lot in commercial facilities. And he'll tell people, like, part of his SOP is like, try not to kill plants around other plants. Because it fucks up don't cull plants in your grow room. And I heard him say that, and I was like, that's such a bizarre thing to do professionally. But man, the plants do seem to pick up on vibes, man. The best bud I ever get, the people growing it are always great vibe people. And the guys who are grumpy, they don't have mids, but it's just.
I got this right here. This is the Green Soul from Bingus.
All right.
And he talks about stuff exactly like that in this book. If you're you hurt a leaf, and the other one sees it, they can feel they don't feel it. It's like empathy. You know what I mean? They pick up on it. It's crazy.
One of the things that's in my 40 plus years of living that has surprised me is how often, as time and science goes on, how much hippies keep being right about shit, environmentally, emotionally, don't do that, man. It's feed them this. And then 10 years comes by and some white paper scientifically comes out saying, oh no, plants do respond to so-and-so. And you go, dude, some fucking deadhead told me that 15 years ago, and I thought he was just being stupid. Hippies, man, they tend to know. They know something.
I had a buddy. He's a little bit older than me, but he's also been growing a lot longer than me. So I always have music going on in here, while I'm doing stuff, and I try, because of what he told me, I try to keep it somewhat mellow and happy. Because he was telling me that at one point he put heavy metal, loud crashing drums and loud guitars and screaming. He had that, and his plants actually kind of leaned away from the music. But then he put on some dancey, techno-y kind of happy music, and then the plants actually kind of leaned towards it. So, I mean,
interesting. No,
never done it myself, but I mean, it's a pretty cool little experiment if somebody wants to try that.
Some of the best bud that I've had to smoke recent in the last few months comes from Adam Dunn from TH Seeds, the Amsterdam, moved to Denver homie. And I went into his grow room, and there's waterfalls playing and birds chirping, and there's wind. And I was like, that can't be a coincidence that some of the softest, nicest bud that I get is fucking from this guy who has, because we've read studies talking about how scientifically, whether or not music affects them, it's all vibration. So I'm sure it's hard to argue it doesn't, 100%, but there's not hard data on that. But there is hard data for is that they search for the sound of running water. So if you have running faucets, trickling water in your room, the roots actually grow faster because they hear that sound of running water and they start to stretch out looking for it. Where is it? I hear it. I'm going to stretch out looking for it. And so quite literally, there's scientific data that roots grow faster near running water. Just the sound.
I wonder if that's why in auto pots and stuff like that, they have a little valve that allows water to come in. If you look at somebody that's gone through a full grow on the autopots, a lot of times the roots have grown into where that valve is, and it's starting to take over.
I bet.
I always just thought it was going towards where the water was. And I mean, that's probably part of it, but maybe it's hearing the water coming into the system as well.
Yes. One of my first mushroom trips, I was like 14. It took way too much. Probably took like 4 grams. And dude, I walked up to a tree and was just like, bro, I see you, my friend. I've walked past this tree 100 times in my existence, and you're just a tree sitting there. But right now, I fucking see you. And so I think we're going to be surprised. There's a secret life of plants. Some of that's been a little debunked out there. He went a little hardcore on some of his reporting in that book, but still, I think the philosophy remains that these things are they're alive, man. Women always grow the best plants. Women that 100%. Are good parents always have amazing gardens, and I don't think that's 100%. A coincidence. One of the crappiest gardens I've ever seen was a woman who hated her own kids and was always blaming lockout. Yeah, I got pH lockout. I got this and that. Yeah. And just once again, this is all anecdata. I got no hard facts on this, but as I go through life, I just start thinking, man, like I think there's more going on than I'm prepared to.
They pick up on your vibrations, on your attitude, like on how your mood, how you're feeling that day. Like I really believe in that. Like again, I personally don't have any real data about that, but I mean, like, I look at Sea Bunny. Okay, I look at her garden. She's a mom. You know, she's got a couple kids, and she's a good mom. But she also has a fucking beautiful garden.
Right.
And I'm like, man, what are you doing to your plants? And she's like, I really don't do anything to them. I just let them do their thing. I'm like, no, you don't. That's such a lie. But, you know, it's the nurturing motherly love. Like, that's what it is.
I don't know what your background necessarily is up there, but I know most of us that are in this growing world, we come from a little bit of that legacy market, we'll say, back when growing might have paid the rent back in the day. And It's not surprising that I ran it like a factory for so long, and I grew great freaking bud always. But then once I stopped, and I was just like, all right, the pounds are worthless. You know, I'm not risking everything and spending all this money on and blah, blah, blah. And I started just growing as a hobbyist. And my last like dozen harvests have been the best consistently, one after another, the best. And I didn't change anything except for my attitude towards it. And I probably put in less effort now than then. Yet my bud is better. It's the damnest thing.
We're dropping knowledge on GRAMBO.